How's it going, everyone? So today we get some pretty compelling information on AMD's 7950 XTX. AMD's Rock M has actually leaked this database of info, and they actually took it down pretty quickly, but the internet, like they always do, saved it. And so we have the AMD 7950 XTX and the 7950 XT, which is supposedly supposed to be like more of like a clock bump and some slight performance increases over the 7900 XTX. So it's not going to be a major jump. It's more of like the super nomenclature, whereas the 7950 XTX is going to be like the 4090 killer. So many of you probably already know Tech Power Up is a really reputable company, great page to look into pretty much any graphics cards. This was recently updated. Before there were a little bit different specs, but now it seems to be a little bit closer to what the leaks are stating. The one, though, that is not accurate, it seems, or somebody is incorrect here, is the bandwidth on the memory. So we're seeing 960 gigabytes per second here, whereas one of the leakers, which I'm not going to name just because I don't want to get false information going around, but they are stating 1152 gigs per second on the memory, which is possible. There are variations of the GDR6X that are faster, but I don't know. Everything else seems to kind of line up. You have the 3300 megahertz boost clock. I don't know about this 100% over 93%. Actually, Red Gaming Tech did a post on Twitter right here, and a lot of people kind of think that it's going to be about a little bit slower than the 4090. We'll see. So I think AMD has a really good opportunity to steal a bunch of Nvidia customers here. So initially when they launched the 7900 XTX, it wasn't a bad price, all things considered, but they kind of messed up the product stack with the 7900 XT being named wrong. Just like the RTX 4080 12 gig, that card should have been called a 7800 XT and priced closer to around $700. And I know a lot of the prices have gone down, which has been awesome for everybody, but it kind of leaves this weird spot for them where there is room for them to put these new cards in. So you can take something like the 7950 XT, not the XTX, and you have that around $1,100 because it's not going to be a massive performance bump. And then you have the 7950 XTX. If they can get that at around $1,300 and get even close to the RTX 4090 in rasterization performance, they're going to steal a lot of customers. And I feel like most people really want that. Ray tracing, as cool as it is, there's still not a lot of people really going after it. That being said, I actually think the RTX 4090 Ti is literally right around the corner. Let me explain. So I think we all know that Nvidia already has either a Titan or an RTX 4090 Ti just sitting there. Last generation, we had to wait quite a long time, and they priced it ridiculously, but it didn't matter because it was a Halo product and people were going to buy it anyways. But this leak going back months and months ago, even way before, this was like, I believe in May 16th, 2022. This was last year around this time when these images came out. Now, these might not be correct, but I remember looking at this like, wow, this looks pretty accurate. Like looking at some of these pictures, other than the fact that the new ones have that fan cutout, this looks legitimate, and it could have been like a sample or something. Nvidia did have a bunch of really high wattage cards that they seemed to kind of pull off and not actually produce, but maybe that's what this was. But I feel like they're definitely sitting there, and I feel like they're ready to go, and they're just waiting for AMD to make that next move. So I'm really curious what you guys think about this. The RTX 4090 is $1,600. Most of them bleed into that $1,800 range. If AMD can make this card and produce them even with AIBs and keep it below $1,400, let's say $1,300 for the base models and $1,400 for like maybe a Strix or something, which we know probably won't happen, but would you buy this? It seems like the Halo tier products are kind of falling off a little bit. The pandemic had them spike up like crazy because people were buying whatever they could get their hands on. So I just feel like it's a little bit of a bad time to release this. and I feel like Nvidia is just going to launch something right after. But that being said, if they launch this card and it's $1,300, and you can go to Micro Center right now and buy an RTX 4080, and as you're walking out the door, you spent $1,300. So if something was close to that price and performed how this looks like it may perform, would you buy it? And anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Like it if you like it, subscribe if you want to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.